Hey guys, it's Mrs. Clowney with this week's First Chapter Friday. This week I have a fun one for you. We are going to be looking at Frazzled, Everyday Disasters and Impending Doom by Booki Vivat. This is a fun book. It's really a realistic fiction book, but it's found in our humor section because all throughout the book are all of these very humorous, funny details that are drawn through. So it's definitely not a picture book. It's definitely not a graphic novel, but it is heavy, heavy on illustrations. And the illustrations are really what give it that humorous element. I would highly recommend this book for anybody who likes humor, for anybody who likes realistic fiction, and for any of our kids who really enjoy reading graphic novels and maybe you want to kind of dip your toes into a chapter book. This would be a great one to start with just because it is so heavy on the illustrations and all of those little elements that you typically will see in graphic novels. So let's jump in with chapter one. It really doesn't need much of an introduction because our main character, Abby, kind of gives us that introduction right away here. So here we go, chapter one. Now that I'm going into middle school, my whole life is about to begin. That's what mom told me yesterday, but I didn't know what she meant, and I'm pretty sure she didn't know either. Sometimes parents say things because they sound good, even if they aren't true. Like whenever we talk about school, mom always tells me the same thing over and over and over again. It'll be great. There's nothing to worry about. Just be yourself. As if saying it will somehow make it more true. Adults are not helpful at all. They just don't get it. I guess for most of them, middle school was about a million years ago. Maybe they forgot all the bad stuff, and there is definitely a lot of bad stuff. If you ask me, the worst part about middle school is the fact that middle school is in the middle. Nothing good ever happens in the middles. Consider it the Middle Ages, no electricity, lots of wars, and the whole plague thing. The middle seat, say goodbye to personal space, and being a middle child. Trust me, I know from experience. It's terrible. The middle is the worst place you could possibly be. And since middle school is the middle of all middles, I'm guaranteed, without a doubt, 100% doomed. I've probably warned everyone I know about the middles, but no one takes me seriously, not even my own family. We are nothing alike. Sometimes it feels like we are living in two very different worlds. At the head of the family, there's mom. Everyone says we look exactly the same, but I don't see a resemblance at all. Clara is the youngest. She's fun, bubbly, and annoyingly adorable. Clara smiles all the time and says cute things at exactly the right moment. Adults love her, so she can pretty much get away with anything. She is constantly using this to her advantage. Peter is the oldest. He's kind of a legend. The Peter Wu. Good at everything, and I mean everything. Everyone likes him, even my arch nemesis, the Spencer sisters from next door. Old Man Griffin, the treasurer of the Homeowners Association and the neighborhood snitch. Even Lucy, the demon squirrel that terrorizes Canyon Vista Park. It's like they are all part of the same club, the official Peter Wu fan club. Between Clara and Peter, I'm always just the kid that is left in the middle. I guess that's why I keep a record of my life. Someday, after I've done lots of ultra impressive and exceptional things, people will look back and think, wow, that Abby Wu was really something. But for now, I just have to figure out exactly what those ultra impressive, exceptional things will be. But first, I have to survive middle school and my crazy dreams. My dream was an obvious sign of things to come. But when I told everybody about it at dinner the other night, they acted like it was no big deal. It was terrible. Well, except Clara, who was too busy making a mountain out of her rice to pay attention. Peter thought I was being dramatic, and Mom just blamed it on late night snacking. My family doesn't get me at all. But when we were younger and Peter wanted to be extra mean, he would tell me that I was actually an alien, and one day they would send me back to outer space. The first time he said it, I cried hysterically for an hour. Mom was so mad that she grounded him for a week. It was great. For the most part, though, Peter never gets into trouble. He practically parents himself. Clara is starting kindergarten, so there isn't much to worry about there. I guess you can only do so much to prepare a 6-year-old for finger painting and nap time. Mom is so used to not having to worry about them that she doesn't usually worry about me either. She just isn't a worrier. She always thinks things will work out for the best. Worrying just doesn't seem to run in the Wu family. Maybe I really am an alien. I worry more than anyone I know, and maybe more than anyone in the history of the world. Now that I'm going into the middles, how can I not? All right, guys. So without giving away too much, Abby definitely struggles a little bit at the beginning of the book with kind of finding her way in middle school. But she kind of stumbles into a bit of a leadership role involving like an underground snack ring of kids kind of trading their snacks in the lunchroom to be happy with what they have for lunch, because it seems like nobody's happy with the school lunch and nobody's happy with what their parents pack them. So she kind of compromises and does trading and kind of really steps into this leadership role throughout the school year. So I thought this one was super fun. It's in our humor section, really because of the illustrations that really add that humor element, as I was explaining earlier. If the illustrations were not part of the story, it would really just belong in realistic fiction, but it just becomes so much more funny when you get to see all these little doodles that are all throughout the book. So it is found in humor under VIV for Vivat. I hope you enjoy. Happy reading.